It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Brooklyn Nets. The opening tip is won by the Nets. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn
got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Rubio matched up with Harden to Russell.
Hey, watch this.
To Rubio. 5 on the shot clock. Rubio. Russell. That one off the mark. It's no good. The follow won't go either. Here's Irving into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Harden. And it's Rubio who's able to claim the board. To Rubio. To the outside. Rubio to Towns. Tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay.
Old school equals high percentage.
Nets have it. The screen sets him up for 2.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Russell into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Rubio. Baseline drive. Layup goes down. Well done.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Into the front court, it's Irving. They trail by 2. To Harden. Here comes the screen. Harden guarded by Gibson. A pass down low to Beasley. Michael Beasley with the slam.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Here comes the screen. Ricky Rubio, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Brooklyn's got it. Durant matched up with the former Wildcat. Add 2 points to the board.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Rubio to Taj Gibson. Short jumper stays out. Durant doesn't have the touch. No good. And he's going to the free throw line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Nets have the basketball. Irving to Harden. James Harden missed his first. That one goes. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Ricky Rubio at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw's good. A 3-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Kyrie with the
NBA
run.
Season 8 2021 games and highlights coming up
Here
next.
comes the screen. Irving. James Harden. James Harden. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Russell to Towns. Oh, I missed a short one there. Harden in possession. Down by 1. Irving to Harden.
NBA Season 8
Beasley to
2021
Irving.
matchups coming up
Here
next.
comes the
Miami
screen.
Heat 6-7, Toronto Raptors 5-9.
Kyrie Irving for 2. Deep 2 there. Won't go. The follow won't go either. The Timberwolves have the basketball. Russell, tough matchup against Durant. Taj Gibson. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Harden against Karl Anthony Towns. And the rebound taken in by the T-Wolves. Russell with it up top. Up by 3. To Rubio. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Rubio. Shot from in close. No good.
NBA Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next. New York Knicks 8-8, Sacramento Kings
Shot for James
5-1-0.
Harden. Gets a look. Can't hit. Here's Rubio up top. Leads 3. Ricky Rubio. Looking good. 4 for 5.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Almost. And he's not getting the call.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Rubio. Harden's on him. 5 to shoot for Minnesota. Rubio. His first effort off the mark.
NBA Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next.
Can't
Utah
connect from
Jazz
in
8-7,
close.
Boston Celtics 9-6.
Another shot stays out. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Over and back. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Into the game for Timberwolves, number 0, Jeff T.
T to Rubio. From long range. That won't go. Around the perimeter to T. The Wolves down to 4 on the shot clock. Trying to cash in. Just off the mark. To Durant. Has a look. Kevin Durant. 2 of 4 now.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Minnesota with the basketball. Rubio to T. Down low Towns. Slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Durant across the timeline.
NBA Season 8 2021
To
matchups
Irving.
coming up next. Houston
Here comes the
Rockets
screen.
4-9, Detroit Pistons 3-1-1.
Nothing going here on that drive. Durant to Irving. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I see this happen so much in the game. Just because a guy beats you off the dribble doesn't mean that you need to quit on the play. Stay in there, continue to be physical, even if you're behind the play.
Rubio to T. Has a chance. Offensive rebound. Kyrie Irving sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that slot.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving to Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Durant. Irving to Harden. Durant shakes free and hits. How do you neutralize a threat like Kevin Durant?
Well, that weak side defender constantly has to shade Kevin Durant, and that primary defender, you have to funnel KD into help every single possession, contest shots, and hope that you can deter his vision and that he misses.
Durant with the basketball up top. Down 2. To Beasley. Irving for Durant down low. Karl Anthony Towns snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
T. And the rebound comes to Durant. Kyrie. There to grab it is Rubio. T. And finishes strong. Now the Nets going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
Number 0, Jeff T.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Durant. Jay, 28 wins a year ago for the Nets, but a couple of individuals, they shined in their playing time.
8 wins better than the year before. And think about Jared Allen for this team. He is a new age 5, has the versatility and the speed to run the court. And then you think about a guy like Spencer Dinwiddie, who actually got drafted in the 2nd round and actually gambled on himself, had a horrific knee injury. To see the kind of minutes due to the injuries that he played and the level that he played at, Ed, this team is on their way.
Jared Allen rejects it.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. To shoot for Minnesota. T. Fires the 3. Not that time. He missed it. Durant across the timeline. Down just a couple. To Dinwiddie. Beasley. It's Minnesota basketball. Rubio. Probing the defense. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Ricky Rubio. Dinwiddie into the front court. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. Kevin Durant, 4 out of 7.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To T. The pass set it all up.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Dinwiddie picked up by T. Screen coming. That misses with a second to go. That ends the first quarter. It's the Timberwolves in front. Good start to this one. After one quarter play, on to the second period. Jay, neither team was able to get control to start this one.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter, and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
To Harden. James Harden. He's 3 for 7.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
T-Wolves with the basketball. Russell to Towns. Russell to Rubio. Here comes the screen. Rubio. Harden's on him. To Russell. For 3. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Down low, Durant. Kevin Durant. With that, he's 5 for 9. Have we ever seen anyone like KD?
Easy answer. No, he's the greatest offensive threat we've ever seen in the game. He has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's doing things that Russell Westbrook does with the ball. We've never seen it before.
Screen coming. Russell to Gibson. Michael Beasley with a piece. 24-second violation. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Substitutions, Brooklyn.
Durant matched up with Tolliver. To Dinwiddie. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Able to convert inside. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Rubio. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
KD with the rock. To Dinwiddie. Probing the defense. And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Spencer Dinwiddie at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2.
Number 32, Karl Anthony Towns.
Russell into the front court. Leads 1. comes the screen. Russell to Towns, down low. Not that time. Harden in possession. Down a point. And destroys the rim. That's what DeAndre Jordan does.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. To Towns. Russell to T. Karl Anthony Towns. 3 for 6 now.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Jordan to Dinwiddie. They'll get it to Durant. Short jumper won't fall.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Can't connect. Allen Crabbe matched up with Tolliver. To Durant. To Dinwiddie. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Durant to Dinwiddie. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot for Dinwiddie. No good. Russell with it up top. Leads just a point. To Towns. T. And finishes strong. Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 11, Kyrie Irving.
Harden picked up by Teague. To Irving.
Number 31,
Going to launch beyond the arc. Off the mark. No good. Towns. It's Brooklyn's ball. To Harden. To Durant. Harden to Durant. Beyond the arc for 3. And Kevin Durant unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the 3.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Russell to Towns. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Hey, look. Pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while, too, I guess.
Durant with the basketball up top. They trail by 2. To Irving. Kevin Durant lets it fly. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter, but the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
To Russell. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, he had him there for a second. Yes, for every tough shot you make, buy one, get one free.
That boy's living his best life.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. To Durant. Sizing up the defense. Durant to Irving. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Durant doesn't have the touch. No good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
They get it down for Towns. Fires the 3. And Harden takes in the rebound. Irving with the basketball. Trailing by 4. Harden to Jordan. Durant, defended by Tolliver. And a chance coming up at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Team foul number 2.
James Harden, couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Jones with it. Leads 3. To Taj Gibson. Rebound comes down to Brooklyn. To Harden. Won't go. Trying to cash in. Can't connect. Kevin Durant has it. To Jordan. Karl Anthony Towns able to recover with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Nice finish at the rim.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
Durant. Oh, that's how it's done.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Oh, he had it. Another follow, still no good. Gibson. Down low, Towns. Karl Anthony Towns, 4 out of 10.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Harden to Durant. Here comes the screen. Durant, guarded by Towns. Karl Anthony Towns swats it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Kevin Durant with the rock. To Beasley. Here comes the screen. Dinwiddie picked up by Jones. To Durant. 4-3. Cleans it up. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. 2 of 4 now.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are...
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Harden to Durant. That is great vision to set it up. Karl Anthony Towns sends it away. Fourth this contest.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Towns. Taj Gibson above the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Jordan shot off the mark. Jones with it. It's a one-point game as we approach halftime. To Towns, down low. From the painted area, won't go down. Harden with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Not that time. To Towns. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it. Late heave to beat the buzzer. First half comes to an end. The Timberwolves have the lead.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Timberwolves are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. Have a look at the leading scores for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Have a look at the leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Assists.
We're seeing unselfish basketball in this matchup, with each team turning good shots into great shots. These squads really know how to let it flow.
Player of the half.
Karl Anthony Towns showed off his timing and athleticism with a lot of blocks. The defense he put on display requires the kind of effort that fans love to see from their team.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. D'Angelo Russell. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Shot from the lane won't go.
So many teams just try to beat you with their offense. Well, your offense can only take you so far. The one thing that's supposed to travel, whether you're home or away, is your defense. That's your staple.
Russell into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Rubio to Russell. DeAndre Jordan with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Durant to Beasley. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Irving brings the ball up court to Durant. Lets it fly from long range. Oh, he's been on target from downtown, Jay. He's 5 of 7 from 3.
Yeah, he's been able to knock down those shots by having great spacing on the floor. His teammates deserve the credit as much as he does.
Here comes the screen. Add 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Irving to Durant. To Jordan, down low. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. 4 out of 7.
Come on, DJ. Give the people what they want. I want that for my screensaver.
Russell to Gibson. Towns. Shot from in close, no good. Irving into the front court. Leads 4 to Durant. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Rubio here against Harden. Russell. And he knocks it down.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Kyrie across the timeline. Up by 3. Durant to Irving. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Kyrie Irving has got 2 shots coming. A career 87% from the line. First free throw is good.
For Minnesota, number 5, Gorgie J.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Minnesota at the controls. Surveys the floor. Has a look. Shot by Russell off the mark. A big finish at the rim. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
D'Angelo Russell trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Free throw is good to finish off the 3-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Harden into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Taj Gibson. Huge block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
D'Angelo Russell at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw's good to cement the three-point play. The lead is back down to 1. Kyrie with the rock. To Durant. Slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Russell with it up top. His guys down 3. To Taj Gibson. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Irving to Durant. Down low to Jordan. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
DeAndre Jordan at the line. Can't connect on the first free throw. No good. Missed them both. Russell into the front court. They're down 3. To Rubio. Here comes the screen. Rubio to Russell. Has a chance. Jumper's good.
D'Lo reminds me so much of Sam Cassell. He's not the fastest guy, but he gets where he wants to go anytime. The word that is key for him, potential, potential, potential. Will he be able to accomplish his potential?
Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Rubio. Not today.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Timberwolves have the basketball. Russell to Rubio. Takes stock of the floor. The screen sets him up for 2.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
To Durant. Here's a chance from long range. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Rubio into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. Here comes the screen. Rubio here against Harden. To Russell. Down to 5 on the 24. Russell with a shot, no good. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
In an era where big centers often get devalued, Karl-Anthony Towns is a true foundational player. He can function as a traditional center, but also can show you quick moves around the perimeter and knock down that three-point shot from deep.
Russell with it up top. 5-point game. Rubio. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
The Timberwolves have the basketball. Rubio to Towns. It was right there. Here's Irving into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Nothing going here on that drive. Durant To Beasley. Taj Gibson tips it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Irving. To Towns. Able to convert inside.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Into the front court, it's Irving. Up 6 to Harden. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. From the painted area, won't go down. Towns. Brooklyn with the basketball. And that's rebounded by the Timberwolves. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Nets. Kyrie Irving, now 3 for 9.
And remember, Ed, they trailed at the halftime. This is not the same team that we saw in the first half. Playing with a new zest for life, apparently.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Russell. Gets to the basket and scores.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Durant, defended by Towns. He's on the deck. Great sacrifice. Durant to Dinwiddie. For Durant, down low. Won't go down.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Gibson, Harden's on him. From long range. That out of his range and no good. Dinwiddie with the basketball. Up by 6. Durant. Now to Jordan. Down low. DeAndre Jordan, look out.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Durant across the timeline. His team on top by 8. To Beasley. Michael Beasley with the slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Durant with the basketball up top. His team leads it by 10. Gorgie Jang pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Russell into the front court. Final minute to play in this third quarter. Here comes the screen. Russell against KD. spinning shot won't fall. Dinwiddie into the front court. Lead stands at 10. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
To Durant. Fires the three. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Teague with the basketball. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Dinwiddie with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Harden. Not easy. Long key from three-quarters court. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. The Nets have the lead. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the fourth quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the fourth.
To Durant. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Russell. The Wolves down to 4 in the shot clock. For three. Not that time. And Davis there to grab the rebound. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Dinwiddie into the front court. The lead is 12. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Had a chance, but it's no good. Minnesota with the basketball. To Russell. Teague. To Russell. Screen coming. Down low for Jam. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
Durant. To Dinwiddie. To Durant. Anthony Tolliver sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
To Durant. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's good D. Shot no good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Teague. Tough make through traffic.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Durant. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
There's something to be said about a guy that can make the game easier for everybody else on the court. We call that dropping dimes, very similar to the way I'm dropping nuggets on this broadcast.
Here comes the screen. Kevin Durant.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Okay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes. Trying to cash in. He connects off the step back.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes two of us.
To Allen Crabbe. Down low Durant. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
It's Minnesota basketball. Here comes the screen. Jones. Tough matchup against Durant. To Teague. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Number 8, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Five to shoot for Minnesota. Not going down for him this time.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
And scores. Strong take.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Teague. Going to launch beyond the arc. Defense swarmed Teague. Missed the three. Dinwiddie with the basketball. They lead it by 14. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Durant. Not that time. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Jeff Teague. He's 3 for 7.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Durant across the timeline. His guys leading by 14. Dinwiddie here against Jones. To Durant. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't connect. It's no good. Jones with it. Trailing by 14. Down low for Jay. And the slam.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Now the Nets going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions. Brooklyn.
Durant to Irving. Durant. Jones with it. The deficit now up to a dozen. Towns rejects it. Ooh, 5 now.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Irving to Durant. Ball's tied up. Neither player wants to give it up. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in.
Number 13, James Harden.
Harden.
Here comes screen. Here comes screen. Here comes screen.
The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Irving to Beasley. Harden. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Short jumper won't go down. And scores, plus the foul. DeAndre Jordan, another strong finish, going to the line for a chance at 3.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
DeAndre Jordan trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's struggled so far. Free throw up and good as they open things up to a 13-point lead. Teague with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Down low for Gibson. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Harden to Irving. Nothing going here on that drive. To Irving. Fires the 3. Cleans it up. Ah, scary sight. DeAndre Jordan with the putback slam.
That's the DJ we all know and love.
T-Wolves with the basketball. Rubio. To Gibson. Ah, no good. To Harden. Good look that time, but off the mark. Teague with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. To Towns. Defense making the ball handler work. Good on the layup.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Irving with the basketball. It's an 11-point game. Beasley to Irving. Able to convert inside.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
T to Towns. The Nets have the rebound. Harden with it up top. His team on top by 13. And count the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. T to Taj Gibson. Finish that. Irving into the front court. His guys up by 15. Nothing going here on that drive. Irving to Harden. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Deep 2 there, won't go. To Teague. Taj Gibson to Towns. Shot by Gibson won't go.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Irving to Harden. The shot, almost. Here's Rubio into the front court. Down by 15. Lays it up and in.
Ricky's never really been the guy to look for his shot first, though he did average a career high in points per game last season, and it all starts with that blow-by first step that sets up his opponent.
Teacher of the Year. The winner will receive courtside seats and a halftime presentation in his or her honor. Nominations can be submitted on our team website.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Number 33, Allen Brett. Into the game for the Timberwolves. Number 50, Zachary Cunningham.
They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock to Harden. 4-3. Smothering D.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It's the Nets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. When you look at these highlights, you can see how this team was able to earn the victory in this matchup. Great game by this squad. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Brooklyn Nets. The Timberwolves finished on the losing end of a close score. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Kevin Durant played the role of facilitator today, and no one is more happy than his teammates.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the Minnesota Timberwolves. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.